Hey everyone, Rewrite is finally out. Here is my first impressions on it. Like I said in my what I'm going to be watching for the summer 2016 season, this was an anime that I was really excited for because of, I love Olive Key's visual novels that I've seen before adapted, and my one of my friends has said that this is a really good one, and I've seen a lot of people have loved the visual novel as well. So I was excited to see how this would be. And before anything, I want you guys to know that I am an anime watcher only. I have not played the visual novel, read it, or anything, so I do not know anything about this whatsoever, except for the little summary they gave us and a little bit of things that my friend has told me about it, but not really much at all. So when I went into this, first off, I'm gonna be honest, it was pretty funny. I was like, why does this episode feel so long? And I didn't even realize that it was actually like an hour long episode, 40 something minute episode. I was like, oh, okay. When I was like looking through, I was like, how much longer is this? And I was like, whoa, what the heck? This is like 40 something minutes. Okay. That's cool. I'm wondering if this is kind of like, Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. Is it going to be the first episode, maybe the second episode being, an hour long kind of thing, and then later on it's just normal? Or is every single episode going to be this hour long kind of thing, which would be cool considering there's only 13 episodes in the season? And another question for me is this going to be like the first core and there's going to be another part to this, kind of like how Clannad had, After Story, and Little Busters had Refrain? Is there going to be something like that as well for this? Is there going to be like different parts that we're going to see later on? That's always something that's kind of been lingering in my head. Like, is there going to be something like that, since they have had visual novels like that for Key before? First off, first impressions of this episode. It was a pretty interesting episode. Like, the first half an hour or so was more of a character introduction kind of thing, kind of telling us every single one of the main characters. Besides the beginning, of course, being like, it seemed like it was a dream, but in the end, obviously, it wasn't. I don't know. It's got like a supernatural kind of thing to it, which is pretty interesting considering all the other. All the other key ones always had some little element of, supernatural kind of thing, like the wishes in Clannad, or the, refrain, and Little Busters kind of having like it's like a different world kind of thing. So I was wondering what, this one just has a lot more supernatural feel to it. So that's pretty interesting to see. And I'm wondering, like, this episode, besides the character introduction part, it really leaves you with a lot of questions. Like, who is this? What is this? What world is this? What's happening here? That one, those fairy things we're talking about, like, oh, this is the dimension is falling apart. So are we having more than one dimension or something? Like, what kind of thing is going on? Our main character seems to have some type of, like, he has like these memories or something, flashbacks that he has every once in a while of things that happened before. Is his dreams really just dreams? They're obviously, he's seen the girl, and we see her too in this later on, so she is real. So it's possible that those could have been like flashbacks to maybe a different life or something, a different dimension. I don't know. It's pretty interesting so far. This episode definitely does a good job of first introducing the world along with the characters, and then kind of just leaving you with a lot of questions that it's good to like leave us with these kind of questions. That's really where, like, I'm really hoping and excited to see the next episode, to see what is going to happen next, because literally after the whole character introduction things that we learned about everyone and everything, and it was more of like a nice lighthearted comedy kind of thing, the slice of life comedy along with introducing all the people, and then we get this supernatural thing here and there all around, with like that girl biting his arm or something, obviously making it so he can't leave the room. And like obviously at the very end, he gets sucked up, like I said before, into this other, I guess, dimension, gets chased by that girl, because obviously, yeah, I'd be running too. She killed him before in the dream, which I'm not too sure how that goes. The opening was also interesting as well. Not opening, but like the first part of the episode was like, kind of like, it looked like how Earth was created. There was dinosaurs and all that kind of stuff, caveman, and there was also showing all our main, girls in this show from the looks of it at the beginning. So that was pretty interesting to see. Like, I don't know if that's like maybe past lives or flashbacks or something that correlates to what he is seeing as well. It's kind of interesting in that term that we see that there's so many different things that is going on in this anime that it really honestly was like piquing my interest over and over again, even with this long episode, even with an episode being like 30 minutes of character introduction, which is still like, I do enjoy that kind of stuff. I'm happy that they got rid of all of that kind of stuff in the first episode and gave us a long episode, considering there is only 13 episodes in this. So it's nice to know that we got the character introductions out of here and we can get on to the main stuff that's probably going to be happening in these next episodes, along with, you know, like what, you know, all this supernatural kind of things, like what is going on there. Another thing I gotta mention is when he grabbed the coffee can and it said key on it, I was like, oh, that's pretty awesome that they put that in there. But yeah, overall it was honestly a pretty interesting episode. First 30 minutes or so was mostly character introductions, which is pretty cool to see and learn about all of our characters that we'll be learning about, all the main girls, our main character as well, and that other dude, forget his name. Is there's a lot of funny moments I gotta admit, with like people just randomly popping in, randomly wanting fights now, randomly thinking of this and that, and it was interesting to see how that went in the first half, and then all of a sudden little trickles of supernatural things, and then bam, at the very end it was like, what is going on? He's getting chased by this monster thing. This girl that bit his arm is chasing him as well. She likes coffee. She, you know, there's these fairy things that she kills the thing. He fall through a dimensional hole thing, and he's back in the regular world. And he goes into the room, and it seems that this girl is the girl that we saw in the other part. She's the witch. I'm not too sure who she is, but she has, you know, some relations with Otori as well, since she went in the room. So there's a connection there. It's really interesting in a lot of these things that happen in this episode. I like the animation style. It really does have that key visual kind of feeling to it. I love the soundtrack in this. I love the art style and all the kind of things that are going on in this episode. It was definitely a good first episode to introduce us to the characters and the world, and overall just give us that sense of what this, you know, supernatural thing is. Definitely gives us a lot of questions for the next episode, which honestly I cannot wait for. But yeah, overall that's really all I gotta say, guys. Overall, pretty interesting, good first episode of this. This is my first impressions of it. Definitely enjoyed the first episode. Cannot wait to see how the rest of it goes. And just like I said before, will we be getting the rest of the episodes? Will they be 30 minutes, you know, normal, or will we have like hour episodes? And will we have different cores? Is this only, you know, like one season, and then we're gonna have more seasons after, just like Clannad and of course, you know, Little Busters? Or is it just gonna be 13 episodes, which I hope it's not, because when they do that, like Angel Beats, it could have been so much better if we had maybe another season to that, or just gave it more episodes. It could have been so much better. These kind of things could be done so much better when they have the time and, you know, amount of episodes. I have a feeling that kind of like Clannad and kind of like Little Busters, the first season it started off kind of slow. It was more towards character progression and character development going for all of them. So that might happen in this as well, and then it'll go super crazy in the other ones. But it kind of looks like we're already going crazy with the supernatural stuff, but that's just the whole, you know, theme of this anime already. It's a supernatural kind of thing. So yeah, it's really all I gotta say, guys. So if you guys enjoy this Anime Kingdom first impressions, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I'm missing you want to talk about, comment below as well, or you just want to put your opinions on how you felt about this, you know, first episode of Rewrite. Do you feel the same way as I do? Do you have anything different? Visual novel readers, without spoiling anything, how did you feel about this episode? Did they adapt it well, or was it not done in a good way? Anime viewers, if you just want to put your opinion how you felt about the episode overall, did you enjoy the whole 45-hour long episode? What did you enjoy? What didn't you enjoy? Do you have the same questions as me and all that kind of stuff? Are you filled with a whole bunch of questions? Then yeah, feel free to comment below. It's always nice to see what you guys think as well. So yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. So until next time, see ya.